Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to another segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation continues from a-sabad-a-day, composition of the third Nanak, Guru Amar Das, and we will be reciting what is the 49th Shabad in this string. And the recitation, a-sabad-a-day, Gur Sair Satgur Sach Soi, Pure Bhag Gur Seva Hoi, Jo Bujai Jis Aap Bujhaye, Gur Prasadi Sev Karaye, Gyan Ratan Sab Soji Hoye, Gur Prasad Agyan Binasai, Anden Jagay, Vekhe Sach Soi Rahao. मोह गुमान गुर शब्दी जलाए, पूरे गुर ते सोजी पाए, अंतर महल गुर शब्द पछाणे, आवण जान रहे थिर नाम समाणे। जम्मण मरना है संसार, मनमुख अचेत माया मोह गुबार, पर निंदा बहु कूड़ कमावै, विष्टा का कीड़ा विष्टा माहे समाए। सतसंगति मिल सब सोजी पाए, गुर का शब्द हर भगत दृढ़ाए, पाणा मन्ने सदा सुख होए, नानक सच समावे सोए। Let's look at the Rahau Panktis, the Rahau lines, to get a drift of the Sabad. The Guru says, Gyan Ratan Sab Soji Hoye, Gur Prasad Agyan Binasai, An Din Jagay, Vekhe Sach Soi. So Gyan Ratan, through the jewel of knowledge, Sab Soji Hoye, discernment. Soji is discernment, the faculty of discernment is developed. Gur Prasad. Prasad means grace. It also means insight. And it is in the latter sense. Actually, it is in both senses that it is used. Gur Prasad, through the grace or through the insight that we receive from the Gur. The Gur here is a reference to spiritual knowledge. The insight that we glean from this knowledge, what happens with that is that agyan binse. Binse means to push, to recede. Our ignorance recedes. Andana jagga, and we awaken. Vekhe Sach Soi. Wherever we look then, we perceive that one, the oneness. So a little bit of explanation here. Gyan Ratan, the jewel of knowledge, refers to spiritual knowledge or knowledge of the self. In Gurbani, it is also called Naam. As you know, it's central to Gurbani. So when we get Naam, so to speak, when we assimilate Naam, then Agyan Binse, then what happens is Agyan Binse. Agyan, ignorance. It is a symbol for the ego. So we need Naam, self-knowledge, to burn the ego. And that causes us to awaken. To awaken means to cultivate an intuitive awareness. You intuitively, you see, discernment is intuitive. You begin to discern the presence of a oneness across all creation. So the Guru here is recommending that we cultivate Naam. And how do we do that? he says, Gur Sair Satgur Sach Soi. Know this, understand this, that the Gur, embodied knowledge, whether it is in the form of a person or a text like the Guru Granth Sahib, is like an ocean. Gur Sair Satgur. Satgur is the principle of knowledge, intuitive knowledge within. It could also be embodied in a person or a text. Sach Soi, such is the perpetual truth, the creator. So the Guru is saying that the embodiment of this knowledge is like the creator, and the creator is like an ocean of knowledge. Pure Pag Gur Seva Hoy. Gur Seva. Gur Seva means to understand, to assimilate. Gur. Gur here is the actual knowledge that comes to you. Gur Seva Hoy, what happens is Pure Pag. Then you are fulfilled in every aspect of your life. That is what Pure Pag means. Pag is parts of your life. All of them are complete. In other words, you are fulfilled. So bujai jis aap bujai. And so this discernment, remember we talked about discernment, suj, it is also called buj, they go hand in hand. This discernment comes to that individual, aap bujai, who makes the effort. And the one who makes the effort receives the grace of aap. So aap has a dual connotation. It refers to the individual. It also refers to your root, to your mool, to your source, to the essence within. Gur Prasadi Sev Karai. So again, service or assimilation of Gur Prasad, the insight of the Guru, which is Nam again. Now he comes to the state of the ordinary manmukh, the person who is ego-driven. And by that I mean most of us. Ordinary ego consciousness, what happens in that state. Moho Guban Gur Sabad Jalai. We are riddled with attachments for which we need the testimony, the teaching of the Guru. It raises haume to the ground, the structure of self-conceit and attachment. And so it is from the flawless Gur Pure, that knowledge is complete. One gets discernment and awareness. And then the Guru comments on the state of the world and the state of the ego mind. He says, Janama Marana hai sansar. The world is a wheel of birth and death. We know that. It is just coming and going. But the manmukh mind, the egocentric mind, doesn't understand this. It is unaware of the presence of the self. Manmukh achet, not conscious. Why? Because it is clouded by attachment to Maya moh gubar, and blinded by the ego, the manmukh mind becomes hypocritical. How is it hypocritical? It indulges in slandering, calling others what they are not and what that person isn't. Paraninda bahekar kamave. And this person has been referred to as a worm of the feces. It remains immersed in worldly filth. Vishta ka kida, vishta mai samave. So eventually, sat sangati mil sab so ji paye. So you need the presence of sat sangat. The sangat is at the physical level, like-minded people, evolved individuals, but satsangati in its more important sense is pointing to the Satgur within. We all have the Satgur as innate knowledge within us. We just have to awaken to it. We don't have to develop it. It's there already. So satsangati mil sab so ji paye, discernment will follow. Gur ka sabad har bhagat dridai. That is the essence of bhakti. Devotion. So this is the path of devotion. Pana manne sada sukh hoy. Pana manne is to walk in hukam. Because now you're in harmony with Naam. When you're in harmony with Naam, when you're guided by Gur wisdom, you are walking in hukam. Nanak Sach Samave Soi, and that is how the individual becomes godlike. So if you recall the opening of the passage, the Guru has laid out this sequence of Gur Satgur Sach Soi. So what he's saying is that the individual who has engaged with Gurbani becomes like the Gur. And the Gur is like the Satgur because you have now attuned to the self within. And so you become godlike through Naam. On that note, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.